you know.
All right. That's good.
Sammy, I wanted to ask you too, as long as we're on the subject, what was your relationship with John Gotti like before the shit hit the fan? What was it like on a day-to-day basis, doing business? He's the boss, you're the underboss. What was it like to work for him?
Listen, I love the guy. We were attached at the hip. I did everything under the sun for him. When I cooperated, there was almost every one of his trials. I was in the background rigging the trial, paying people, threatening people. I did everything under the sun. Killed for him. He was in trouble with Castellano, him and Angelo Ruggiero and their tapes. When they came to us, me, Frankie DeCicco, for help, we talked about it for quite a while. I talk about it on my podcast, and we decided to save them by taking Paul out. That wasn't the only reason. Paul did a lot of fucked up things towards the end. I liked him immensely as well in the beginning, but he did a lot of bad things towards the end, got very greedy and doing all kinds of weird shit. So between doing bad things and screwed up things for the family, this thing happened with John and Angelo. They were finished. So we decided to save them, get rid of Paul, and try to change Cosa Nostra back to what it was. It didn't work out. Frankie DeCicco was blown up and killed 4 months later. And John just completely, I don't know, he lost control of himself little at a time. He fell in love with himself, seeing himself on television. He was playing a role. We're a secret society. You know, I tell a story that one time when Carlo Gambino bought a Cadillac. He always had a shit car, but he bought a Cadillac. And everybody was going, oh, it's a beautiful car. It's a beautiful car. He went to one of his sons and told him, sell the car. Why? It's beautiful. He said, that's the reason why. Everybody looks at it. Everybody talks about it. I don't want no publicity. Get rid of the car. I mean, that was our life. Gangsters like that, those are people I looked up to. You know, when we were going to kill Paul, we went to Neil and told him about it. He didn't buy it. He wouldn't do it. You can't kill the boss. My guy, Tato, I didn't tell him what we were going to do because I knew he would have said the same thing. As soon as we did it, he retired. This isn't Cosa Nostra. Killing the boss is the end of Cosa Nostra. He stepped down. So that's real Cosa Nostra.
Sammy, me and you talk all the time, and we end up talking about other shit, except we don't talk about this stuff. And just a question, I think I know the answer to it, and I think it's probably an interesting question, is if nothing ever happened to Frankie, meaning DeCicco, I know that you two had a conversation together before it was decided that you were going to go that way on John's side. You were right, as a matter of fact, because I know that you disagreed with, you know, whatever night it was. I think it was Wednesday nights that everybody shaped up to night, and you disagreed with him having everybody come there all the time. And through Matty and Frankie, I know that was a lethal mistake because they identified probably 125 guys that they wouldn't have identified had they not come and John had taken your advice. Had Frankie still been alive and John was doing that, what do you think Frankie DeCicco would have done?
When me and Frankie originally talked, and I'm going to give you the answer this way, I didn't want John to be the boss. He brought all this down, him and Angelo. We were saving him. He didn't warrant being the boss. I don't think he deserved being the boss. I wanted Frankie to be the boss. Frankie says, Sam, he's got an ego like the Empire State Building. I could be his underboss. He can't be mine. We'd have nothing but trouble. Let's make him the boss. Me and you will be the power behind the throne. If he doesn't act the fool like he normally does, he'll be a great boss. If he acts the fool, I give you my word, we'll kill him. I'll be the boss, and you'll be my under. I shook his hand. So I hope that answers the question that if Frankie would have lived, he would have been killed in 2 fucking minutes flat.
Sammy, Anthony DeLuca says, my father said Tato Marino. He loved him. I don't know what the reference is to. Maybe you guys know what that is.
22nd and 5th, the Dixie Tavern.
Yeah.
You know, you know what?
This Anthony DeLuca is saying that his father must have known Tato Marino and he loved him. Obviously, that was somebody that was close to you, Sam, Tato Marino, no?